Parking the transfer chaos to the side for just a moment, may I remind you that West Ham United are playing a football match tonight as we host Bournemouth at home in quite an important game, actually, which gives us an opportunity to wedge a gap even further from the teams that are chasing us for that sixth spot in the Premier League. We've got 2 games over the next 4 days and a good return of 4 or 6 points would be greatly received. Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. My voice is surviving currently. It's still here, which is good. And yeah, we'll come on to the 4 hours stuff in just a moment. But of course, we are playing tonight. I'm flying solo on this build-up show, so do stick with me. We are less than 15 minutes away from receiving tonight's starting lineup, and it's quite important as well. Will Pablo Fornals be in the squad? He has just got off of the West Ham team bus with his training gear on, just like normal. Even though we've received the news in the last hour of here we go for his move to Real Betis for around £7 million on a permanent deal. It is just chaos, complete chaos. Nobody's got a clue what's going on, really. And it all comes down to, in 14 minutes' time, is Pablo Fornals in that squad? And if he is, what complications does that then provide for the potential deal of him going to Real Betis on a permanent move? It's absolutely mental. Good evening to everybody watching. Hope you are Rani Bubble. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Get your thoughts in ahead of this game. Right, so I've done that now. So Fornals is with the squad. Will he be part of the squad? We'll find out very shortly. But we are playing. Let's talk a little bit about this game. Everybody seems to have been sidetracked away from the fact that we're playing because of the disorder and disorganisation of the last 24 hours or so. We come up against an Andoni Iraola Bournemouth side that are playing some decent football. Of course, when we played them last season, it was 6-0 on aggregate, and it was just 2 similar sort of styles of play, just butting heads with each other, Gary O'Neill and David Moyes. But now they've changed. They've made the move, Bournemouth. It was quite a bold move. They took a lot of criticism when they announced that they were getting rid of Gary O'Neill and bringing in Andoni Iraola. And up until about November, it looked like a really poor decision from the Cherries, but it seems like it's just paying off over time. They're playing some really nice, saucy, expansive football, which is pleasing their fan base. And but they have got their own issues. I spoke to a Bournemouth fan the other day, and they've got their own selection issues as well, with no fit right back at the football club currently. We've got to expose that tonight, of course, hopefully with the welcome inclusion and reintroduction of Mohamed Kudus in a West Ham shirt. I'm looking forward to seeing him back involved in claret and blue tonight, and maybe we might see our only January window signing, Calvin Phillips. Will he wedge straight back in to that, straight in to that midfield? I don't know. I think Moyes' decision will be made for him if Alvarez isn't fit. But if Alvarez is available, then Moyes has got a decision to make, because you can't not play Alvarez if he's fit, because he's just the sort of glue that sort of sticks our whole team together. So you can't not play Alvarez. Well, perhaps you can't really not play him either. So it then leaves him with a decision to make about whether Souček starts tonight, if he's going to play Phillips and Alvarez together. Will they play a little bit, defensively, and then Ward-Prowse will play a little bit further up? Is Phillips going to be on the bench? Is he going to play? Is Souček going to be on the bench? There's so many decisions that Moyes is having to make, and it's just sort of been sidetracked because of all of the just transfer chaos that we have seen currently. But let's see who else we've got in the chat. Miss Hammer, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Thank you very much indeed for that. Dad's playing football. Dad's out playing football. So he will be back a little bit later on for kickoff. Don't you worry about that one. Miss Hamrat says, hi Larry, always great to see you and hope you're well. I'm good, thank you. All good there. He's been traded. He hasn't, I can guarantee you that. Huddersfield Town Fan TV, sorry. Do you think Phillips will start? I'm going to be honest, I've got no idea. We haven't really had any indication from a team news update yet to whether he's going to be involved. I could see it going either way, and I've stuck on the fence all week when we've discussed it, on debates, on previews, etc., because I'm genuinely not too sure. And, we're seeing the latest now that Pablo Fornals is not in the squad tonight. It's looking likely that he's currently saying his goodbyes to the club, the players, and the fans. That's what we are currently hearing. But we don't know. That could be right. That could be wrong. Honestly, who knows? Currently, anything could happen. Hopefully, Alvarez is back involved, and then Moyes has got a decision to make because of the issue that we have with Alvarez, Souček, Ward-Prowse, Phillips. Can't play all of them. One of them's got to drop down to the bench. So which one? We will wait and see. But yeah, I've been a huge fan of Bournemouth this year. I've always had a bit of a soft spot for Bournemouth because they're down our way on the south coast, and the way they've sort of beat the mould and sort of contrasted the narrative of little club, and they're going to stay in the Premier League comfortably again this season. It was a little bit squeaky bum for them last year, but they did stay up in the end. And this year, they've been comfortable, haven't they, Bournemouth? I mean, apart from that little wobble they had at the start of the season, they've been pretty faultless all throughout. I mean, they are going to get battered at some points because of the style of football they play. That's the risk they take. And of course they did take a bit of a pounding from Liverpool last week. I think was it 4-0 or something like that, but that's going to happen. But they're also going to go and stuff some teams as well, and I hope we aren't one of those teams tonight, because they're a dangerous side. They've got some good pacey and skillful players, and I just hope that we've got enough in us with the inclusion of Kudus that we're expecting tonight, and of course Bowen alongside him as well, and whoever else is involved. I'm not too sure about Paqueta. I'd be surprised if he's involved, but to be honest with you, I don't know why I'd be surprised, because anything could happen in terms of this game and over the next 4.5 hours or so, because it's just ridiculous. Why we're playing on deadline day is ridiculous to start with, and then it's just a logistical nightmare at the moment. Nobody's got a clue what's going on as well. We're hearing Cornet to Palace is now off. The deal is off the table. That's just coming from a report on Twitter, so not sure of this. Right, X has put something on Twitter. Right. Pablo Fornals has been pulled from the bench at the last minute as he and Benrahma's move out of the club edge closer. Maxwell Cornet is on the bench. So that's the reference to the earlier Cornet comment I made. I'm going to bring this up onto the screen now. We are 8 minutes away from official confirmation of our starting lineup tonight. But X, he hasn't even gone to his Patreon. He's gone straight to Twitter, and this is what he has said. Pablo Fornals has been pulled from the bench at the last minute. So it seems like this whole Fornals deal has been pretty last minute. And of course, Benrahma's out in Lyon. That's done. His West Ham career is over. We know that. And I think that rules out pretty much any involvement in a Cornet deal to Palace. So I think we can write that off the table now. Well, you can never write anything off on deadline day, but there's probably an expectation because he's on the bench now. He isn't going to be going to Palace. So it looks like we're going to be letting go Fornals and Benrahma, but we're still not any closer to knowing whether there is any replacements going to be coming in to West Ham United. Alvarez is a must today. I'd agree with you 100%. Yeah, that is the sentiment that I share as well. I hope you are well. Danny says, Tim has been a big disappointment this window, but I hope Sully doesn't go out and get a crap gift for Moyes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to comment on the whole situation about Steiden and has he been a failure in this window or not, because you don't know, because his job is to advise Noble and whoever else and Sullivan and Moyes players. It's his job to put players on the table and go, I think he should be a decent addition to West Ham. And by all accounts, he's probably done that. Steiden. He's done that with Jota. He's done that with Osman. That's clear Steiden picks, and we don't know whether there's more that haven't been released to our ITKs. So, yes, I think it's fair to probably put question marks on the back of Tim Steiden, but I don't think he's the man who we should be, really criticising, because you don't know what role he's played and you don't know how much of an impact he's had, and whether it's come down to Sullivan saying no or Moyes saying no or us just not acting on his recommendations. I don't know. Gary, thank you very much, Gary. Kind words. Can't wait to see, where are we? Can't wait to see who he plays. I'm quite excited, actually, because it's just going to answer questions. I mean, we've now had confirmed that Pablo Fornals is there probably to say his goodbyes and probably wave away to the fans and put his thumb up to us and go, you know what, thank you very much. But it seems like Cornet is staying. Fornals and Benrahma, of course, are not on the bench. Fornals is at the London Stadium. Benrahma is in Lyon, and we'll get get official confirmation of that news in about 5 minutes time. So stay tuned right here on West Ham Official. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. There's been 2 deadline day updates so far right here on the channel. Depending on what happens over the next few hours, I might jump on quickly after the game as well to do a review, and then maybe a cheeky transfer show after that as well. Depends what happens in terms of the incomings. There's no Antonio also involved. X has confirmed that on Twitter. He's not even bothering with Patreon tonight. It's bad. It's serious when that happens. There's no Antonio in the squad tonight, so we can expect probably Kudus, Bowen, and Ings. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All those questions will be answered very shortly. Dasher Dog said, Jake, you do a watch along for the game tonight. I don't do watch alongs, not for West Ham games. Nobody would want to be interested in, my knee-jerk reactions during a West Ham game. If you watch the vlogs, you know how bad I am. So nobody would be interested in that. And yeah, that is not for me. Miss Hamright says, I'm worried we won't do any more business, but I suppose the rest of the night will tell us. I'm quite looking forward to it, actually. It's like a box set, isn't it? It's like a documentary. What's going to happen? The excitement of it is intensifying, and I just hope that we give it a good go and try and sign a couple of players, if bare minimum 1 tonight, to replace one of the players that are currently leaving the door in the right wing / left wing position. But turning our attention back to this game tonight, Bournemouth are a good side. They are going to come out, they're going to try and play football, and they're probably going to have the majority of possession. And hopefully with Kudus back involved tonight, we can continue and really resume our assertive counter-attacking play in a successful manner, because it hasn't been great. That Sheffield United game with Cornet, 4-0 Ben Rama, they just haven't got the same execution and skills of the likes of Kudus and Paqueta and Bowen, which hopefully we can see a couple of them involved in the game tonight. It's just not the same, and the impact Kudus has on us is just unfathomable. He's such a good player, and he just adds so much to our performance levels and input, and it shows through results, because we've had a pretty lackluster January, and there's no coincidence that Kudus hasn't been there for any of it, to why we have been pretty poor. A few people saying it's an interesting lineup. I don't have the lineup, but I reckon I'm just going to hazard a guess. So we're going to see Calvin Phillips. I don't know. I'm going to hazard a guess because somebody's put an England flag emoji on Twitter. So I'm going to hazard a guess that we'll see Phillips tonight. 4 centre mids, ? Is what somebody has just put onto Twitter. So you can guess what the hell you like out of that one. I'm actually getting quite excited about this. I'm getting impatient as well. So if these minutes could hurry up, that would be greatly appreciated. With less than 3 minutes to go before we get official confirmation, I'm going to go off my Twitter page now, because people are going into meltdown about this lineup. Gary says no Ings, please. Exaggerative there with the please. I think he'll play. I haven't seen the lineup, but I've just got a gut instinct he'll play. He was a lot better playing in that more deeper role against Sheffield United. So if he's played in that role, then I'm all for him playing tonight, because there's no point in playing Danny Ings when he's been crap, and then when he actually puts in decent performance, dropping him makes no sense at all. So I understand your sentiment, but I am expecting him to start tonight, if I'm totally honest with you. Guys, get your thoughts on who you'd like to see in this, in the lineup when it's released in 2 minutes. Bowen and Kudus up top, 4-4-2. Says Gary, that would be an interesting change, wouldn't it? I think this is going to be a bit rogue from Moyes tonight. It's going to be a bit mashed together. Obviously, he was probably expecting Fornals and Benrahma, or one of them, to be, having some sort of involvement in this. And yeah, they're not there. So Moyes has had to juggle things around probably. And it's not going to be essentially what Moyes wanted tonight, this lineup. And I'm quite intrigued to see how he juggles things around and how we get an actual lineup out there. And I'm dreading seeing this bench. I am absolutely dreading seeing this bench. Right, we have a lineup. It's not confirmed, but it reads Areola, Johnson, Zuma, Mavropanos, Emerson, Alvarez, Souček, Phillips, Ward-Prowse, Kudus, Bowen. Oh, my Lord. Maybe you were right, Gary. Have you seen the lineup? Maybe you were right. That's a 4-4-2 with 4 centre midfielders and Kudus and Bowen up top. Jesus Christ on a bike. Let's get official confirmation of that now on the West Ham official Twitter page. I'm refreshing it frantically. And we can't... The last post from West Ham was calm, composed, and ready for the cherries. That is an interesting lineup, isn't it? Get your comments into the comment section. Start chucking your predictions into the chat as well. Right, come on then. It's 6:30. Let's have this lineup. We're an hour until kickoff, and it's not out. Don't do this to me, West Ham Twitter admin. Don't do this to me. Give me the lineup. It's still not there. My patience is running out. Come on, I want to see it. And here it is then. Areola, Johnson, Mavropanos, Zuma, Emerson, Alvarez, Phillips, Ward-Prowse, Souček, Kudus, Bowen. So that was right, what I reported about a minute ago. Wow. Well, let's sort of get that up onto the screen and try and dissect that in an orderly and chronological order and fashion, shall we? Here it is up on the screen right now then. Oh, I don't like that screen. Hang on. I'm just picking my screen. There we go. It is going to be a little bit bigger, hopefully. Please let me know if that's okay. And there is the lineup then. So, so I've just read it. I'm not going to read it again because my voice hurts. So it's 4 centre midfielders. So Phillips makes his West Ham debut. This is a bit unlike Moyes, isn't it? Just chucking a player in straight away. And here we all are. Here we all were like fools all week saying, well, who's he going to drop to put into the midfield? Moyes goes, sod it, I'm going to chuck them all in there. So maybe Alvarez and Phillips sitting and then Ward-Prowse. So maybe it's a 4-2-2-2. Maybe sort of like unconventional sort of 4-2-2-2. So you've got the back four and you've got Alvarez and Phillips sitting, and then Ward-Prowse and Souček a little bit further up, and then Kudus and Bowen as the leading players. The one thing I will say is that's an incredibly narrow team if that's what we're going for, because we've got 4 centre midfielders. So I'd assume probably Ward-Prowse is going to be more wide on one side, and then who's going to be more wide on the other, because that's 3 natural centre midfielders. I don't know. This is going to be interesting, to say the least. I tell you what, if there's any fans that tried to predict the lineup before, if you've got that right, then you deserve a pat on the back, because I would not have predicted that. Of course, circumstances have differed with the players that have left West Ham or going to leave West Ham today, and that's forced Moyes into some changes. But let's have a little look at the subs bench, shall we, and see who is there. I can see Cornet, but let's see who else is there. It reads Fabianski, Ogbonna, Ings, Creswell, Cornet, Orford, Mubama, Casey and Scarles. It's just weak, isn't it? I mean, if we're not going to sign anyone, that's literally what our bench is going to be. And I do pray and hope we don't get any more injuries, because this is dreadful. Attacking options, Ings, Cornet, Mubama as a youngster. I mean, you've got a couple more youngsters there, Casey, Scarles, Orford, but first team attacking outlets there, Cornet, Ings. Like, that's it. I've just paused for 3 seconds because that's it. Like, and that's genuinely quite concerning, isn't it? And that reinforces how we need to sign somebody over the next few hours. Please, I'm begging you. Otherwise, it's going to be a very long second half to the season. Somebody just put, we're going to have a wall across midfield. They aren't going to get anywhere near our goal, Bournemouth. It's just a wall of centre midfielders in the middle of the park. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And Moyes is going with a side that has 4 central midfielders in it, and we haven't played Cornet. I mean, maybe we haven't played Cornet because there was murmurings of him going to Palace. I don't know. But how's Cornet not fitted into that side? Is that a 4-3-1-2 maybe, with Phillips, Alvarez, Ward-Prowse, and then Souček as a sort of lone advanced midfielder, and then the 2 up top? I've genuinely got no idea. Honestly, this is quite something, isn't it? This is unprecedented, because I've genuinely got no idea how this is going to turn out. I've got no idea what's going on here. This is chaos, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Right. Good evening to Simon. Oh, it wasn't a very good evening for you last night, was it? Was that the dress rehearsal for the Carabao Cup? Because I think that's what's going to happen. Jake, he only plays 14 players. We're okay. Yeah, if we get injuries, we are absolutely effed. We are done. We are completely just done if we don't sign anybody, especially in those attacking areas. Midfield, we're bolstered up now because we're playing all 4 of our fit centre midfielders in the same team tonight. So that's interesting. But I mean, in terms of wingers, if Bowen gets injured, if Paqueta's injury is worse than it currently is, if one of them gets injured, we're left with Cornet, and that's it. Done. Bare bones. If we've let Marshall go, Mubama's not going to play on the wing, is it? Oh, honestly, it's hurting my head thinking about this. It's hurting my head. But we'll see. I am genuinely intrigued about what this team is going to look like formation-wise and when they sort of go out onto the pitch tonight. What's the most realistic signing we could get? I don't know, because we aren't really in advanced talks with anybody. I'm just holding on to a glimmer of hope that surely, logically, as a functioning football club, we can't let two players go in the same position on deadline day and not replace one of them. I know this is West Ham, but surely not. Surely we can't do that. That's the only bit of hope I'm clinging on to. 4 hours, 24 minutes and 15 seconds left. Thank you, Simon. I hope you're going to come back later and just constantly type that out on our deadline day countdown show. Yeah, I did have to bring it out because Chelsea, and it just came to mind. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. We only have Paqueta out. Exactly. If we get another couple out, and that's not out of the huge realms of possibility, is it? Then we're done. Absolutely. Done. Ronnie says maybe a chance for Skulls to come on and Emerson. That's a good point. Maybe Emerson's going to push higher. Worst comes to worst in a situation. We need some width in this side because that's 4 natural centre midfielders playing across the midfield with then 2-man up front strike force of Kudus and Bowen, unless they're going to just play a little bit wider. But then I don't know. Maybe we're going to have Kudus and Bowen on either side, and Souček's just going to make late runs and just be the number 9. Maybe. But it just seems like Moyes has gone, well, I don't know what to do in midfield, so I'm just going to play them all. And he's left Ings on the bench. But the logical option here would have been to put to not start one of the midfielders, put one of them on the bench, separate Kudus and Bowen out to the wings, and start Ings down the middle. That would have been the logical thing to do. That would have been the David Moyes thing to do. But he's changed tonight. That's different. He's changed it, and I don't mind it. I'm quite intrigued by it. Right, let's have a look at the Bournemouth lineup, shall we? I'm going to bring that up onto the screen very shortly, depending on how quick I am to type in Bournemouth to Twitter. So we were told a couple of days ago that they don't have a right back. So I'm going to try and identify who they're going to play at right back with my vast and expansive knowledge of AFC Bournemouth. Right, their lineup is going to come up onto your screen very short. Oh, there's some names here. Jesus. Right, maybe James Ward-Prowse on the left. I don't know. Right, I didn't mean to do that. The Bournemouth lineup should be on. Oh no, I'm having a mare here. Technical difficulties. Right, here it is. There it is. Right. Christ, got to read that now. Neto, Cook, Kelly. Oh, they do it in number order, honestly. Neto, Cook, Kelly, Solanke, Christie, Scott, Smith, Tavernier, Semenyo, Senesi, and Zabarani. I don't know. I'm going to get the BBC Sport website and see if they've got like a formation going on here, because I've got no knowledge about how to condense that into a formation or base that over any situation. They haven't even put up a formation thing on the BBC Sport website. What are they doing? Get on with it. Jess Anderson, come on, Jess. Right, apart from that, I don't know. I mean, Scott, a decent player. Solanke's banged in the goals for them this season. I know. Cook and Kelly, are they centre halves? I'm not sure. Christie, I don't know. But that's the Bournemouth lineup. If any of you were too interested, that's where my input on Bournemouth ends. Phillips will be left mid winger. We've signed a centre midfielder. We're going to put him on the left wing. Oh, we need West Ham clips to come back with it. Only at West Ham. Only at West Ham. That series, that needs to come back. Maybe it's James Ward-Prowse in a free role and then the 3 in the midfield and he's just floating about. Or is it Souček in that role? I don't know. Chelsea always on your mind, thinking of moving over. Honestly, I couldn't think of anything worse. One of my best mates is a Chelsea fan. And that's bad enough. I'm only joking. Well, I'm not, but there we go. See, I take it back. Should be an easy win for you tonight, going 3-1. I admire your positivity. I've genuinely got no idea how we're going to set up. I've got no idea how we're going to play, but I'm excited to see Kudus back. So that's the positive I'm taking. And I'm excited to see Phillips make his West Ham debut as well. He's going to be rusty. We should all expect that. We've got to have patience with him for a couple of weeks because he hasn't played consistent first-team football for 18 months since he left Leeds. So we're going to have a bit of patience with Phillips in terms of input and sort of level of performances. So I think we should all be expecting that. And yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm excited, but I just can't believe Moyes has gone with this. Has gone with this formation and team. To be honest, I mean, this is one version of a. I'm going to bring it up onto the screen. That's one version of a formation, sort of like a Christmas tree sort of vibe. So you've got the back four, then you've got the three across the midfield of Phillips, Souček, and Alvarez. Ward-Prowse and Kudus playing in a similar sort of role on either side. Then Bowen leading the line. Could it be a Christmas tree sort of formation? I don't know. What are our thoughts on that one? With Kudus playing a little bit back on the right and Ward-Prowse playing a similar on the left-hand side, with Bowen as being the sole leading striker. It could be anything. It could be absolutely anything. Let's have a look here. Ronnie says 3 at the back with Emerson and James Ward-Prowse wing backs. I don't know. It could be. There's about 15 different ways West Ham could line up here tonight. And I never thought I'd say that. So maybe it's a diamond or a Christmas tree sort of formation. I don't know. It's very narrow, whatever it is, because I can't see him playing just a flat 4 centre midfielders across the midfield. Surely that can't happen, but I wouldn't put it past him. Maybe that is the future. 4 DMs. James Ward-Prowse on the left. Yes, I'm expecting Souček to play a little bit more progressed, but then maybe James Ward-Prowse in a similar role. So that's why I was sort of go over my gut of the 2-2-2 sort of like formation, or maybe it's going to be a 2-3-1. So maybe like a 4-2-3-1, or a 4-2-1-3. I don't know. Ronnie says, I'm either Jake, am I just having a guess? Well, a couple of guesses we all are. I mean, I'm just there just like chucking numbers. I'm like crunching numbers. Like it could be anything. And I never thought I'd say that in a David Moyes side. I'm just surfing through Twitter to see whether anybody else has got a better idea. Governor B has just put on, this formation is spinning my head. Is it Kudus and Bowen with the width and Souček pushing on as a 9 in transition? Is it going to... Yeah, exactly. You know, I said that earlier. Is it going to be Kudus and Bowen on the flanks and then Souček with some darting runs as like acting as a false or number 9? I don't know. Or is it going to be like an 8-2 formation with everybody camped into our own half and Bowen and Kudus offering the attacking options, and we're playing for the point at home to Bournemouth? Honestly, it could be anything. Could it be 3 at the back with Alvarez as a third centre half? I'm literally just scrolling through Twitter and just, reading out suggestions that West Ham fans are putting through. Let's think about 3 at the back, Alvarez at centre half, and Emerson and whoever playing a little bit further up. I don't know. It could be anything. Hang on, is Johnson playing? Somebody just said Johnson's playing. Did I completely miss that? Did I? Oh, Johnson's... I didn't even realise Johnson's playing. This is chaos. I didn't even realise. I just skipped over Johnson. I didn't even know Johnson was playing. Right, let's get this back up onto the screen because this isn't right. What's going on here? This is chaos. Right. Right. So that adds a whole different aspect to it. Because of course, because Soufal was suspended. Yeah, because Soufal's suspended, isn't he? Right. Yeah. So maybe Johnson in midfield. No. 3 at the back and Johnson playing a little bit higher up. I don't know. God knows. Maybe. I tell you what, I might buy into that. Alvarez, Mavropanos and Zuma as the 3 centre halves. Johnson and Emerson offering a bit of width, pushing further up a little bit. And then you've got Phillips as the holder. Ward-Prowse and Souček, maybe a little bit further up. And then Kudus and Bowen leading the line. Or maybe Ward-Prowse on the left, Kudus on the right, Bowen through the middle, and Souček just playing that free role. I don't know. Honestly, it's anyone's guess. Hopefully, we'll be pleasantly... We're going to be surprised whatever happens. So hopefully, it's going to be pleasant, Miss Hammerat. Yeah, it's a good point. Alvarez could be a third centre-half. Maybe it's a fourth... Right, let's have a look. So a 4-3-3 with James Ward-Prowse as the left winger. So you'll have Kudus, Bowen, Ward-Prowse, and the 3 of Phillips, Alvarez, and Souček, and then the back 4. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe Johnson is the third centre half. So we're maybe adopting a back 3 just to offer us a bit of width with the wing backs as well. Your guess is well and truly as good as mine. I love it. I absolutely love the chaos of this. Honestly, only at West Ham. We had four nows turn up for the game, and he's not playing. He's just there to say goodbye to everybody. He's moving to Real Betis. And it's just, yeah, anything could happen. We've got a lineup with four centre midfielders. We've got Phillips going straight into the side after signing last week, even though he hasn't played consistent Premier League football for 18 months. We've got Kudus coming straight back in after AFCON. We've put a striker on the bench to play four through the middle. Four in midfield, and then sort of a two narrow front line. Honestly, it's just bedlam. Anything can happen. Phillips making his debut. Fornals is there, but not involved. Moyes has created a new game. Guess the formation. I don't think I've ever been so bewildered and bemused by a David Moyes starting lineup in my life. I don't think we've ever sat here on a build-up show and consistently for about 15 minutes tried to work out what we're going to do. How many times on build-up shows have I said this is going to be the lineup, and it has been, and it's just been bog standard. It is what it is, normal. This tonight could be absolutely anything. Honestly, if you're a neutral and you've got nothing to do tonight, you need to watch West Ham Bournemouth, because Bournemouth are going to come at us. It's going to be quite a decent game of football. Bournemouth are going to come at us. And we're playing a wall of four centre midfielders, or it could be three at the back, it could be four at the back, it could be 10 at the back, it could be 8 going forward. Honestly, I'm going to give up trying to guess what this is going to be. Whatever it will be tonight. And let's just hope we can get a result out of it, and we can just try and instill some normality back into things in our game against Man United on Sunday. I think just everything about the occasion on deadline day, it's just giving chaos. That's what it's giving. Everything about it with that lineup, with the current situation with Fornals, with Cornet, with Ben Rama, with no wingers when we're letting 2 go. It's just chaos. That's the only word to describe this day as a West Ham United fan. I'm going to have another scroll through Twitter to see whether anyone else has got any better suggestions or laughable comments, because I'm quite enjoying this actually. Good man management. Let's drop the winger who scored last week for a centre midfielder. Very true. Very true. We've dropped Ings, who played well last week. We've dropped Cornet, who scored last week, in replacement for 4 centre midfielders. Give Moyes a medal. Give Moyes a medal. Honestly, I am no expert, but Moyes has got the whole fan base absolutely bewildered by what on earth is going on here. I can't wait to see what this is going to be. We are about 43 minutes away from kickoff at the London Stadium, and I can't believe for the first time in a while, I am saying I've got no idea what's going to happen. Honestly, trying to predict this tonight, don't even bother. I'm not even going to ask for your predictions, because it's just impossible. Because we don't know where players are going to be playing to start with. B, we don't know what Bournemouth are going to turn up. C, we don't know how these players are coming back are going to be. And D, this is West Ham, and Moyes could be on the blower to side and trying to sign a winger at the same time simultaneously as us trying to win a football match. I love it. I absolutely love it. And you got to laugh, ain't you? Only at West Ham. It's like an episode of Only Fools. It is. It is. Honestly, nobody could write this script. And the most laughable thing about it, and the most incredibly just weird aspect of this, is the weirdest thing about it isn't even that we're playing 4 centre midfielders. If the Fornals is there tonight, had us all fooled that he was playing and it was a farewell game for him, but then he's there and he's not playing. That's the strangest part of it. And then we're playing 4 centre midfielders as well. Lawrence is confused. Welcome to the club, is what I say. Welcome to the club, because I think if anybody's saying they aren't confused with this lineup in this current situation, they're lying. And you tell them they're lying, because nobody can crystal clear say this is what we're going to do tonight. This is the formation that Moyes is going to implement, and this is what's going to happen. Because honestly, anything can happen. Any result tonight, I would not be surprised at all. Oh, what an absolute. Oh, dearie me. That somebody's having a laugh here. This is what West Ham have just put on Twitter. Of all days to put a post on before the match of somebody holding up a shirt, you do it on deadline day. They know exactly what they're doing. Delighted to have Fred B12 with us for tonight's game. Who's Fred B12? Who is this guy? Why are we putting this on Twitter? This is just adding to it. That is absolute, like, admin is having a whale of a time there. Nothing surprises me anymore. I don't know why I'm surprised. Nothing surprises me. Emerson left wing, Suchek left back. Suchek on the wing, more likely. Never confused. Hey, Michael, you're not confused? Surely you've. I mean, Oh, I can't get my head around this. My prediction is no signings. I think you're probably going to be right, but I'm holding on to the glimmer of hope because why not? I'm holding on to the glimmer of hope. Right. Oh, God. Let's wrap things up, shall we? Thank you very much indeed, everybody, for watching. I'm going to wrap things up because my voice is hurting. I'm going to rest it up for later on for probably transfer shows and match reviews and whatever else is going to come. I've done 40 minutes. No, I've done 21 minutes at lunchtime. I've done 13 minutes a little bit. No, sorry, I did 21 minutes in the afternoon update. I did 15 minutes at the lunchtime update. And I've done another 40 minutes here. And I've done every single show on my own. So I've spoke for what, 40 minutes? And I spoke for about an hour and 15, an hour and 20 minutes completely on my own today on live streams. So I'm going to go and give my voice a rest. I'm going to have a drink. I'm going to try and enjoy this football match. It's going to be utter chaos, and hopefully West Ham will win. I'm going to come on after the game for a post-match reaction. That is guaranteed. And then, dependent on what happens, there might be a short, sharp transfer show reacting to any news that happens after that as well. There's one thing that's guaranteed tonight, and that's chaos. That is the only thing that I'm going to say. I'm not even going to give a prediction because I've got no idea what's going to happen. I predicted 3-1 last night or something like that. That could be the case, or it could not be the case. Any result is possible tonight. It could be a draw. Bournemouth could come out and surprise us, and we could play a system that we've never ever played before because Moyes has just chucked it together at 5:30 whilst he was eating his ham sandwich. It just screams no idea what's going on. It just screams nobody's got a clue. So it's going to be interesting, if not anything else. From me, come on, you Lions. I'll see you a little bit later on. Thanks to everybody for participating in our third show of the day in the chat. It's greatly appreciated. I'll see you a little bit later on. Hopefully West Ham can do the business tonight with what is an absolutely ridiculous starting lineup. I'm going to go see what probably Joe Cole's got to say about it because he's probably on TNT Sports tonight because he usually is. So let's see what he's got to say about it. Maybe Rio Ferdinand as well. That's what I'm feeling. I haven't seen who's there, but that's just my prediction as well. So yeah. I'm pleasantly looking forward to this. I'm going to sit back with a can of apple ties and enjoy what's going to be a Moyes masterclass. Rani says you can come on after and see what a masterstroke from Moyes. Yeah, you've just covered your back there by the maybe in brackets. Yeah, honestly, I'd love to say it's a Moyes masterstroke and we were brilliant, but there's no guarantee. There is no guarantee. Win, and we are in no man's land. Win, and we have wedged a huge gap between the sides. I'd take 4 points from my next two games. You know, because we're going on Sunday, I want us to win because I want to see us win at Old Trafford. So I'd take a point tonight if we win on Sunday. But 4 points would be a fantastic return for my next two games. And it keeps the points ticking over and it keeps those sides that are trying to chase us and are trying to get into that sixth spot. It just keeps them at bay for a little while longer. So yeah, if we win, our fans will still moan true. True. You mock greatness. Moyes double bus parking is revolutionary. In years to come, Moyes' double bus will be spoken of like ticket and pressing hybrid Pulis ball. Here we go. It's just brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And I'm all here for it as well. It's chaos. That is the word that I'm going to use to describe the whole day. And yeah, I'm now going to go. I'll see you on the full-time whistle where we might have signed a winger. We might have let two wingers go. We may have won. We may have lost. We may have drew. Come on, you Lions. And I'll see you a little bit later on. Thank you very much for everybody in the chat. And I'll see you later. Thank you very much. Come on, you Lions. And goodbye.